Hi, welcome to my instructional video on polynomial division. Alright, what we're going to do right here. There's going to be a little background noise, guys. Sorry, my son's practicing piano out there. Alright, we got this polynomial, okay? We know that this polynomial, 2x cubed minus 7x squared plus x plus 10, we know it has a factor of x minus 2. So we're going to try to see what happens when we divide all this by x minus 2. Up here, we'll get whatever it was that you multiply times this to get all this junk in here. Okay, so the first thing we gotta do, all we gotta do is we need to write something up here that you multiply times x to make it look like 2x cubed. So just don't even worry about the minus 2. I think that's what stresses people out. All you need to do is multiply x times something to make it look like this and write that thing up there. So I'm thinking what we got here is 2x squared, because 2x squared times x equals 2x cubed. Now that we've done that, we multiply this times this to get that. But we also need to multiply it times the minus 2. So negative 2 times 2 is negative 4, and then we got the x squared. And now with longhand division, we always subtract this stuff, just like we used to do with numbers. Now we just got a few letters mixed in here. All right, so what do we get when we take away this from that? Well, this goes away. That first thing is just 0. Okay, so we're not going to write anything there. We'll just leave it blank, because 2x cubed minus 2x cubed is 0. And negative 7x minus a negative, okay? Guys, minus a negative is the same thing as plus. We're adding 4x squared to negative 7x. So that is going to be negative 3x squared. Because we had a negative 7, we added 4 with negative 3x squared. Now, just like in normal longhand division, we're going to bring down the x plus x. And all we got to do now is try to think of what it is I can multiply times x to make it look like negative 3x squared. And that is negative 3x. Negative 3x, this times this is going to give us this right here, and that's all we need. So let's go with the blue pen. Negative 3x times x, negative 3x squared. And now I just need to make sure I multiply this by the negative 2 as well. So negative times a negative looks like we got plus. It's going to be a positive. Negative times negative is positive. 3 times 2 is 6x. And now we're going to subtract that. I'll put a green line for equals 2. And this is gone. It's just 0 right there. We'll leave it blank. X minus 6x. Oh, yeah, remember we're subtracting all this junk. Okay, we subtracted all of this. We gotta remember we're subtracting all of this. So minus the 6x is negative 5x. X minus 6x, negative 5x. That negative gets distributed. It makes this positive and this negative. And that's why we get that negative 5x. Now let's bring down number 10. Come on down, plus 10. All right, we're just going to put it right there. Boom, boom. All right, all I got to do is think of something right here that I can multiply times x. Something times x that equals negative 5x. Like I said, don't sweat the negative 2 right now. All you got to do is make x look like negative 5x. And that is going to be times negative 5. Negative 5. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. So, negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And now I'm going to multiply the negative 5 times the negative 2. Negative times negative is positive. 5 times 2 is 10. And now, when we subtract all this junk, it's going to be equal to 0. We got a remainder of 0. That means 2x cubed minus 7x squared plus x plus 10 is perfectly evenly divisible by x minus 2.